Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. This is an oddball video. It's an off-season alliance war against Sensu. The reason I am uploading it, however, is because I did have quite few decent, fun, good fights, and this time I actually didn't forget to record anything. But yeah, this is the last off-season war, so obviously, as I have been doing previously, I will try my best to upload all of the Alliance War Season Wars. I think last season I actually missed out the last one just because it got like crazy hectic and busy, but for most part, I think last couple of seasons I have been doing quite good job uploading the wars. Just missed out on the very last one. So the first fight here was Blade. It's relatively simple. There wasn't anything special on this node that would kind of hinder me too much. If I ever got to 3 debuffs, he would go unblockable, but I didn't. And he is a stubborn defender, but it didn't really come into play too much. Now I'm going to be going up against Taskmaster, and again, Taskmaster, once more, I believe is stubborn defender, but even with all that stuff, I am running Suicide Masteries. I'm going to bring in a rank 3 Magneto. I'm not using any boosts for this war, obviously, because it's like an off-season war. We are always trying to complete or explore the map, but we're not really focusing or bothering too much. But yeah, so I brought in Magneto knowing that Taskmaster is a metal champion as well, and even though he would go presumably completely debuff immune after 10 debuffs, but I got to my level 1 relatively quickly, dropped it, and 7 hits in the fight. Taskmaster's nearly down, so I'm just going to drop in another combo, and yeah, the fight is over. Not too much of a fuss on this one either, and Magneto is a real Alliance War beast, to be fair. And next up, I'm going to be going up against Elsa Bloodstone. Now, since this is off-season war, I was like 99% sure that she will have Suicide Masteries active, which is the reason why I actually took the fight linked, because I think it doesn't really matter, and I plan on actually relying on her using a lot of level 1s and just recoiling herself down in addition to all of that. Obviously, I'm bringing in a mutant champion, so I do not get degeneration placed on me. She is not a metal champion, but Magneto still has that class advantage, which is super helpful. And I'm not going to be using any special attacks or anything because she does have Strike Back Link on her. There's also Power Alternator, which can kind of make it dangerous. But as we can see here, 5 hits in the fight. She's already halfway down. And now she's throwing her special attacks, which is awesome. And yeah, the fight's nearly over. When defenders have Suicide Masteries, the fights often are really easy and quick. But the reason why I'm uploading this war is because I believe this is the only fight I will take that actually had Suicide Masteries on. And that was a curveball surprise for me later on, this fight. Because this Mordo has a strike counter power suppression or whatever that knows combat power rate. So basically I need to perform set attacks or I'm going to get my power suppressed. But I didn't think Mordo is going to be much of an issue with Warlock, because you can relatively well power control pretty much all of the champions in a condition that they have willpower active. And that is the first thing that I notice here is going when I'm going to debuff him in a second, is that he doesn't have willpower. So it means when I place debuffs on him, he actually doesn't lose any power, which immediately kind of made me go, ooh, so this isn't going to be as easy as I thought it's going to be. And in addition to all of that, I will make several mistakes. So first one was here where I tried to punish his heavy with my heavy. It whiffed and I got smacked. So I immediately lost like half of my health straight up there, no questions asked. Now I'm going for a level 1, just inflict that damage over time debuff, but then I again realized that it doesn't really matter since he doesn't have willpower active. I'm still not draining any power from the guy. And I'm just trying my best to finish out the fight. Normally, obviously, Mordo is an annoying champion, especially if he has Mystic Dispersion on, which he seemingly does in this fight. Make another slip up, and look at that here. He gets to his level 3. And at this point, I think I'm dead. I think I'm deadish. But luckily, as we all remember, Mordo's special 3 is a bit of a noodle. It really doesn't hit that hard, so I do survive it. And he triggers a regen, which actually triggers Warlock's abilities finally towards the very end of the fight. And I get to finish it without dying, which is awesome. Next up, we have pretty much the same node, power strike counter, power suppression. And this one also inflicts power stings on me. And they have placed Nova here. And Nova is a very tricky defender, as we all know, especially if opponents have parry, which all of them do. And then you can get auto-blocked and you just get wrecked, basically. But he is a metal defender. And Magneto is actually the champion that I used in that very tricky Cavalier quest where you have to deal with that buffed up Nova, because Magneto obviously has access to a lot of buffs. He's an absolute tank against metal champions, and he did work a treat in that Cavalier difficulty quest. But he is doing pretty much just the same here as well. Now, I do make a small slip up, which didn't matter too much there. But yeah, the fight is going relatively steady. I'm just dropping my level 1 just because kind of like with 1 prowess I didn't want to bother building up too much. And at this point I'm just like laying in him with regular combos. I just want to get out of the fight. Don't want to mess about with trying to parry him too much and dropping those heavy attacks. Just closed out the fight as in I saw that he doesn't have that much health left in him. And this time I actually do get to deal with 3 different mini-bosses as well, which was a great reason to upload this, because it's quite interesting where often during the season you have like this super hard planning where you take in the best matchups and who take what fight. And in an off-season war, when the pressure is off, you just kind of go and do your thing, and it often works out. And this is similar kind of situation. So here first I brought in Nick Fury against this Sorcerer Supreme. Now the Rage node is active there, but I'm just trying to use my light attacks because I saw that my medium crit did trigger the Rage cap. So that's not ideal, but my lights don't seem to quite hit that hard to trigger it. And basically I just finish every combo with the light, and the Rage doesn't really get triggered. At some point here she starts adding some debuffs on me, which help me heal up a bit, which is wonderful. Another attack finished with light, more debuffs, and she just bleeds out. So very simple, straightforward fight that would be at least considerably scary in Season War, because Rage is always a scary node to go up against. And now it's gonna be kind of like a similar thing against Mojo, where Mojo is a metal defender, right? And that will definitely help me out quite a bit. Now, one of the bigger things to worry about when you're using Magneto against Mojo is when your debuffs expire. If he has Mystic Dispersion, he basically, if you have 40 prowess on you or something like that, he has a high chance to just immediately shoot up to a level 3. That's why in this case I'm on purpose not really charging those temporary prowesses. What I'm doing is I'm just parrying and heavying and getting those permanent buffs, so don't worry that they do expire. However, that hater counter that he placed on me did expire. Luckily I didn't get degen on that. At this point he's refusing to throw his level 2, which got me quite worried for a while. Just want to kind of like dance about, and finally he throws his level 2. Obviously Magneto has a super high chance to perfect block everything, so I hardly took any block damage to begin with. And there I dropped in another heavy attack, knocked him down one more time, doubled up on my prowesses, and I'm going to drop my level 3, which is pretty much going to close out the fight. He doesn't quite die, but the bleed damage is there. There are 15 bleeds. I don't even want to touch that guy anymore. I don't want to do anything else. I'm just going to let the bleeds do their job, because I know even if he doesn't die from the bleeds at the end of it, he's going to take that shrapnel damage. So that was an awesome finish there. And next up, another typically a very, very scary fight during Alliance War season, which is this improved power gain aspect of evolution Vision Arcus, which is actually quite common placement. But since I did have Nick Fury with his life model decoy still intact, I kind of went into with a simple strategy, just nuke in that vision, have a bit of fun, see what happens, eat that level 3 when my time comes, and then how my life model decoy destroyed, and just kind of like start all over, and hopefully I can finish out him before he finishes me. And yeah, So that is also the final fight I got for this war. And that is also pretty much the end of the video. For those of you who haven't been watching my more recent videos, I just want to take a moment to remind that I am currently trying to push to 30,000 subscribers. So please do me a favor, share this video, like it, comment on it, recommend the channel to your friends, all that other good stuff. Everything helps. But this is it for the video. And yeah, I am going to catch you guys next time. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about